Hello everyone, welcome to the second session on motivation. In our last class we have discussed about Maslow's need hierarchy theory. Here in this session we would be discussing about Herzberg two-factor theory, and also we would be making a comparison between the two. Herzberg two-factor theory was given by Friedrich Herzberg, and this theory is also known as hygiene motivation theory because of the simple fact that he categorized two factors, that is your motivating factor and your hygiene factor. These were based on a survey wherein Herzberg asked people few questions. What were those questions? The first one is, what do they want from their jobs, and also what is that one thing about their job that they feel satisfied about or dissatisfied about. So he found out that people categorized factors differently under the heading of satisfiers or job satisfaction factor or motivation factor, and different factors under your job dissatisfaction or hygiene factors. Let's understand this by taking an example. Over here we have mentioned few of the factors which were categorized as hygiene factor. The first one is working condition, and it is also said that the more we have hygiene factor, it is not going to affect the level of satisfaction or level of motivation within an individual. It is only the two end of the continuum is going to be whether I am more dissatisfied or whether I am less dissatisfied. Presence of hygiene factor is going to decrease job dissatisfaction. The improvement in the level of these factors, the hygiene factors, is going to decrease the level of job satisfaction, whereas the improvement in the motivating factors, for example achievement, recognition, responsibility, these are going to create motivation within the individual, and it is going to increase job satisfaction within the individuals. So as I was saying, with the help of an example, let's first understand how hygiene factor is going to create the absence of hygiene factor is going to create job dissatisfaction. For example, the first one is working condition. Whenever you get suppose for example you enter into a company wherein you are working. One fine day you don't find out the table and the chair in which you were working earlier. What will happen to you, the level of satisfaction that you have? Will you be with the presence of you will be dissatisfied, right? Because the chair and the table is absent on which you were earlier working. But will you be very much satisfied by seeing the table and chair? No, because that is the basic requirement that is there, that is needed for you to work in that office, in that company. You will by looking at the chair and table, you would not say, oh wow, I have a chair in my office to sit on. No, this is not something that you would say, right? So that is why it has been said that hygiene factors are the basic factors that are needed in order that we can reduce the level of dissatisfaction among the employees. Whereas let's also take one example for understanding motivator factor or motivating factor. Achievement, your personal growth, your sense of responsibility. These are certain challenging tasks that an individual needs, so that the person is constantly motivated to work in that organization. Suppose I am not getting a sense of recognition in my office. What would happen? I will keep on working very hard, but in return I am not getting any recognition from the office, I am not getting any reward, I am not being appreciated also. Will I be motivated to work hard? No, I will not be motivated. So it is either you are motivated or you are not motivated or less motivated to work. Because you are not motivated to work, it does not mean that you are going to leave the job. No, you would be looking for a job change, but you will not stop working. That is what is meant by your motivating factor, is the level of satisfaction is going to increase or decrease. If you are getting recognition, you are being rewarded, you are being praised in front of everybody, then you would be motivated to work hard, you would be more satisfied with the work that you are doing. So that is how motivating factor affects the level of job satisfaction. Now, why was this theory called as your two-factor theory? Because over here Friedrich Herzberg is talking about two factors, that is your motivating factor and hygiene factor, and since we are talking about these two factors, it is also known as hygiene motivation theory. Now let us make a comparison between Maslow and Herzberg, just to give you an idea about what we have discussed in the previous video. Maslow talked about different need, the human needs, and he said that until and unless the first level need, that is your physiological need, is fulfilled, the person is not going to move to the safety needs, so on and so forth. So here we are mainly focusing on the needs of human being, right? And also one more thing, that when we will compare these the needs that are mentioned, for example under physiological need, it has been mentioned food, water, rest, warmth. These are your individual needs. When we compare this with the industry, with the needs that the individual is going to have in the organization, then under physiological need, one example would be your salary, the basic salary that you are getting. The example of safety and security is going to be your pension plan. What pension plan do you have for the time wherein you will not be having any job after the age of 60 years? So similarly, for belongingness, you want a healthy relationship with the colleagues present in the office. Esteem needs, how much job title do you have? Self-actualization, again when we compare it with the industry, it is going to be achievement of the organizational goals. So now let's make the comparison between Maslow and Herzberg. Maslow's theory talks about needs that are to be fulfilled in order to motivate a person. Maslow related motivation with the human needs, and it was based on hierarchy of human needs, whereas Herzberg's theory talked about factors that leads to motivation or demotivation. Demotivation here talks about the hygiene factors. So it is talking about the different factors, and we have also noticed one thing under Herzberg theory is that the factors that come under your hygiene or the factors that come under your motivation are completely different, which indicates one thing, that my level of dissatisfaction is not related with my level of satisfaction or with my level of motivation. These are two completely different ends. So it is again just like your Maslow's theory is based on hierarchy. Until and unless the first level need is fulfilled, you don't jump on to the directly to the fourth level need. You have to follow the levels as it has been mentioned, and hence it is a hierarchy of human needs, whereas your Herzberg theory is based on hygiene factors and motivating factors. Similarly, Maslow's theory is very simple and descriptive. It is based on the long experience about human need. It is based on an observation about how human needs are affecting the way they behave. However, Herzberg theory is perspective. It is based on an actual information collected by him by interviewing 200 engineers and accountants. Just now, while I was explaining about Herzberg, I have mentioned that it was based on a survey. It was based on a research kind of thing, wherein people were asked questions. So who were these people? There were 200 engineers and accountants, based on whose responses this theory was developed. Now, Maslow's theory is applicable to poor and developing countries where money is still a big motivating factor. However, this Herzberg theory is applicable to rich and developed countries where money is less important motivating factor. Why here we are differentiating this money factor on the basis of rich and poor country? Because if we pay attention to the Maslow's theory, here slowly as we move from down towards from physiological needs towards your self actualization need, one can understand very clearly that it is completely based on money. If I don't have the minimum amount of money, I cannot afford for food, I cannot afford for clothes, I cannot afford for shelter. As soon as I have enough money to satisfy all these needs, I am going to move further towards my safety need. Until and unless I have a minimum amount of need, which is minimum amount of money, which is going to fulfill the physiological needs, I cannot think of the next level need. So it is completely dependent on money. Whereas in Herzberg's theory, it is not completely dependent on money. For example, if you see here, what were the motivating factors? The motivating factors were kind of internal factors. In the first lecture of motivation, we have mentioned about the internal factor and external motivating factor. So here the motivating factors that the Herzberg is talking about talks of internal factors only, wherein your achievement, a sense of recognition, a sense of responsibility, these are all internal to the human being. So here money plays a role as something that is going to create the level of a higher level of dissatisfaction or a lower level of dissatisfaction. For example, your wage, salary, working condition, right? So money relates to hygiene factor and not the motivating factor. That is why the Herzberg theory is applicable to the rich and developed country, wherein people already have a certain amount of money with them. Now, there is one more criticism about Maslow's theory, that is he talks about until and unless one need is fulfilled, we cannot jump to the other need. But that is not true in the real world. What happens in the real world is a person can have multiple needs relating to different levels mentioned by Maslow. For example, you can at a time want safety, security and food as well. It is not that until and unless one need is fulfilled, you cannot move on to the next need. It does not happen so in the real world. That's all for this session. Thank you.